Today, I'm going to tell you what altcoins to get out of this cycle. I believe if you hold the altcoins in this video, you run the risk of wasting an entire crypto bull run. Even in the best case scenario, you will likely underperform the rest of the market. The worst case scenario is that the coins in this video will do nothing and keep going lower as Bitcoin breaks past 100k and the market keeps going up. The last time I made a video like this, people came back months later to tell me how accurate I was on all of these calls. And if your altcoin has made this list, I would take a long, hard second look at that altcoin and listen to the reasons that I give in this video. Before we start, please remember that nothing in this video is financial advice and I am not a financial advisor. I would also like to say that this video comes from a place of utmost respect to you if you hold these altcoins. I understand that you may have lost a lot of money on these coins and you went through 8 months of BS and now you have me telling you it's not worth holding anymore. The point of these sorts of videos is not to FUD. I believe if I can truly provide the best, most honest information on altcoins on YouTube, people will respect me more for it and will be more likely to watch me long term. For example, I called Bonk on YouTube 12 days ago before I pumped like crazy, and I got so much love from the community because of this call. I think a few months from now, people will say he was the only one who made a video like this, and he was the only one who warned us all of those months ago. I'm not telling you to sell or do anything. I'm just giving you my perspective on these altcoins, so at least you have a different point of view and you don't end up wasting the entire cycle. Again, total respect for you. I'm not here to make you feel bad. I'm here to help you win. So before I tell you what altcoins I would not personally hold this crypto bull run, I'm going to explain the formula for identifying what altcoins are bad to hold. Think of altcoins like horses, and we want to bet on horses that will be the fastest and win the race. This criteria is basically things that either weighs down the horse or damages it, so the horse can't run as fast anymore and compete against the other horses. If you think about it in terms of altcoins, an altcoin that has high inflation won't be able to compete against other altcoins that don't have that problem. Now, any one of these on its own, except dead narrative, is not enough to justify being bearish on a coin. But when you have multiple of these criteria being met, that's when you know a coin is really bad. I want you to share this video with a friend and discuss with him if you're holding any coins that meet this criteria. Don't be lazy or put this off. It's literally the difference between making no money this cycle and making a lot of money. The two most important things in crypto are 1, finding the best altcoins, and 2, selling when it's time to sell. The first on the list for any altcoin is narrative. It's the most important thing. If you're in a coin with a dead narrative, it's completely over. You need to be where the interest and the hype will be. The following list of narratives on screen are a list of narratives that I personally would not invest in. The second thing is weakness with a strong Bitcoin. I can't cover every altcoin in this video, but if you have altcoins in your portfolio that have pumped less than 52% since Trump won, that coin is in trouble because that means it's underperforming the rest of the altcoin space. So you need to ask yourself, why is this coin performing so badly when the market, let's face it, rebounded really well after Trump won? I think it's a very bad sign for the rest of the cycle for that coin. And this signal right over here is one of the main topics of this video. Number 3 is bag holders on the chart. This one is very simple. If the chart looks something like this, where even now it's suppressed and you have people who bought all the way up here, desperate to get out and make their money back, that coin is in big trouble. The fourth is high inflation. You'll need to study the tokenomics of each project you hold to make sure the inflation isn't bad. And fifth, team unlocks can kill a token's bull run. If the team keeps dumping, the price can't pump as well. And as you know, price pumping is one of the best advertisements for a coin. People like to buy coins that pump, and when they do that, the coin pumps even more. If you want to check the tokenomics of any project, go to cryptorank.io and just search it in, and then go over to vesting, click on chart, and you'll be able to see when are the next unlocks and how much tokens are unlocking. And you'll also be able to see who those tokens are going towards. Now let's get started with the first coin on the list, which is Ondo. I was one of the first people to call Ondo on YouTube at 0.15, and I've gotten rid of all of my Ondo now. And the reason for that is because of these unlocks that will occur in January. When these tokens unlock, VCs, aka early investors, will have access to tokens that they paid a tiny amount for. In fact, they'll be up around 100x. They got these tokens at literally 1 cent. Let me ask you a question. If you bought something at 1 cent and it went to $1, would you want to take some profits? Of course you would. It's the exact same thing for them. And the problem is, it isn't a small amount of tokens. It's a large amount of tokens that these VCs and early investors will get. So I believe that with the potential selling pressure that Ondo will get from these early investors, Ondo will be a really poor choice for this bull run. I believe as we climb higher into alt season and Bitcoin keeps going up, Ondo will barely be able to keep up because of all the potential selling from the VCs. Of course, it's possible that they don't sell, but I'm not putting my money into something that has this big of a risk coming up. There's far better coins in the market than this. I think best case, you get a $2 to $4 Ondo if you're lucky, but who's in crypto for such little gains? The second coin on my list is Aero. Take a look at the price chart over here and take a look at the date I've got over here. The price is $1.35, so around the same price now. If I go to this date on the market cap chart, you can see how much of a difference it is. The price hasn't made a new all-time high, but the market cap has. You just saw a real-time example of what happens when a coin is highly inflationary. The price won't make an all-time high, but the market cap will, and that's bad for you as a token holder. The higher this market cap goes, it's almost at $1 billion now, the less potential it has to make you money. If you take a look at the price action, you can see that from before Trump won, it's only up 25%. If you combine that with the bag holders you have from people who bought all the way up here, you have 3 of the deadly sins. You have weakness with a strong Bitcoin, you have bag holders in the chart, and you have high inflation. I told people in the Discord and in Premium, sell Aero as your base play and buy Degen instead, right at the bottom over here, and then it went 4x for them and we sold over here. If you think about it, Aero's main advantage was that it was the main way to get base exposure on Coinbase. But with Degen here now, it doesn't even have that anymore. I'm really bearish on Aero, and I think holding this will lead to underperformance this cycle. I'm not saying it won't pump because everything pumps in the bull market, but this will pump a lot less than other good coins in the market, and I'm highly confident in that thesis. Now, the next few tokens I'll discuss are Coinbase focused tokens. I researched every single altcoin on Coinbase recently, so I believe I can provide really good alpha here. When I did this research, I found Degen at the bottom. I called it in Premium and we all got a 4x. We're now going to roll that money into a new 10x pick and get a monstrous 40x this cycle. If you want to join Premium, it's $69.99 per month, and you get access to someone who's going to be going through every single altcoin within a narrative and then telling you what's the best one. That's exactly what I did with Degen. That's exactly what I did with MPL in the RWA sector. And that's exactly what I did with Bonk for the large cap memes. I'll be doing it again soon with other narratives. So if you want to join and know what the best altcoins in crypto are, that's literally my only focus. I'll leave the link to the service in the pinned comments. But moving on, we have Pangolin. This one is so obviously a bad coin. It has a dead narrative with the DEX. It's literally the same price it was before Trump won and Bitcoin went to 94k. It's got a ton of bag holders on the chart just waiting to dump. I have no idea why anyone would hold this token. Of course, if someone on YouTube calls it, it might give a pump and dump. But beyond that, I believe holding this garbage is wasting an entire cycle. Math is another token I think is really bad. The wallet narrative is not strong or something that will get retail excited. It's gone lower after Trump won, which is a really bad sign. It's got a weak narrative. It's a weak coin. It's got bag holders on the chart. This one is a must avoid in my books. Shapeshift Fox, another example. The exact same reasons. Dead narrative, weakness with a strong Bitcoin, and bag holders on the chart. I will not hold this either. Another thing a lot of people don't realize is that Coinbase will only list more tokens over 2025. In 2023, they listed about 15 tokens. In 2024, they listed about 25 tokens. In 2025, they're going to go crazy with the exchange listings. That means attention and liquidity will shift away from poor projects like this. Now at this point, you'll be asking me, what coins do I buy instead of these? I just gave one of the best calls on crypto YouTube 12 days ago with Bonk, which will soon be a 3x on size. Make sure you subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss the next one. Next up, we've got LCX, which has a dead narrative. Nothing retail would be interested in. This coin is somehow the same level as the August 5th crash zone. Remember, Bitcoin was 48K during that day, and this coin is still the same price. Let me reiterate that Bitcoin has almost doubled, and this coin is still the same price. This is exactly what I was talking about when I said that Bitcoin can break past 100K, and a lot of altcoins will continue to do nothing. Take a look at the full chart and you'll see how much bag holders it has just waiting to dump on you. So it has a dead narrative, it's got a weakness in the chart, and it's got a lot of bag holders. The top 3 worst components any coin can have, it has them. I would not hold this, and if I was a holder of it, the smartest thing I could do right now is swap it into one of my better picks. That's what I would do with all the altcoins in this video. Just consolidate them into my more bullish plays that have very good price action. Prime is another token I would not hold. If you go to cryptorank.io, you can see how every month early investors tokens are unlocking and they will likely be selling. We don't know for sure, but I wouldn't want to take that risk. If you look at the Prime USD over the others chart, you can see how it's in a strong downtrend, and even recently it's not able to recover. You also have a lot of bag holders to think about. So you have weakness against Bitcoin, you have bag holders in the chart, and you have sell pressure from team unlocks, which are 3 deadly sins. Yes, the AI narrative is good, but there will be better AI picks out there, and I'll bring them to you on this channel. Next up, we've got Chainlink. Something important you guys need to understand is, for every altcoin you hold, it needs to be beating the other altcoins. You and your horse to be winning. That means the dominance of your token must go up. Go to TradingView and type in link.d, click on the first one, and you'll see that during the last bull market, Link's dominance fell off a cliff. So why would it go up during this bull market when it couldn't do it last time? I certainly wouldn't hold any Chainlink in my portfolio because this coin simply doesn't pump that much. It's a waste of a cycle to be holding Chainlink in my opinion. I also wouldn't hold Pith either. The next token I would not personally hold is Aether. If you're holding this, you need to be aware that the tokenomics of this project aren't that good. Lots of people bought nodes for this project, which means they get free tokens, and they'll dump those tokens on you to get their money back. Why would you buy something where other people will be dumping free tokens on you? It's this 50% checkers and compute allocation. If you compare the Aether chart to the general altcoin index, you can see how weak it is. It's not able to pump. I personally would not hold this token. It's like putting money on a horse that has 200 kg extra weight attached to him and expecting him to win. Next up, we've got ABT. I called the top for ABT in my Discord, and I'm still really bearish on it. The narrative of AI is a good one, and the AI narrative will revive soon, but I believe this coin will underperform other AI picks. And the reason for that is twofold. Firstly, take a look at the chart and the amount of people who FOMO'd in during the top. These people will be glad to get out as this coin pumps, which will make it harder for it to go up. The second reason is because of this incredible weakness that is showing recently in the market. If you turn on the 25 EMA on the daily chart and the coin is still under that during this time in the market where everything is going up, that's a very scary sign. You have bag holders combined with incredible weakness. Now, I don't believe ABT is finished for this cycle. It can still pump back to its all-time high region because it's an AI coin on Coinbase, but I personally would not hold this because other AI coins will do much better. Next up, we've got OXO. This is another project that's pushed heavily by crypto Twitter influencers, but I think the narrative of privacy is really dead. No retail investor cares about privacy. This chart has so many bag holders and the coin is incredibly weak. I definitely would not touch this token. I also wouldn't hold PAL. I would also add PAL to this video, but I was telling people to get out of PAL months ago. There's no point being on a dead horse. Next up, we've got ASI. What they're doing with these mergers doesn't even make sense anymore. It's like when Cell was absorbing other people in Dragon Ball Z to make himself more powerful. Except in this case, it just makes people more bearish on the token. It's incredibly weak and it's a large cap, so the gains you'll get from this won't be good. In fact, when ASI starts pumping, if this goes 4 to 5x, mark my words, it will mark the end of the cycle. The next coin I would not hold in my portfolio is ICP. I know that might surprise some people, but let's take this through my checklist. The layer 1 narrative isn't that strong this cycle. It's got clear weakness with a strong Bitcoin. If you take a look recently, it hasn't been able to pump much. Just from 2024 alone, it's got a lot of bag holders, and I don't even want to talk about the previous bull run. You also have ongoing seed unlocks, which will impact the price and cause sell pressure. Combine all of these factors, and that makes ICP a very tough altcoin to justify holding, not to mention the high unit bias it has. Yes, the technology might be good, but remember, retail doesn't care about technology. It's $1 and a dream for them. Why would they buy one ICP for $9 when they could have 200k bunk and dream of bunk going to $1? This criteria I've shown you in this video is really important. I urge you to analyze all of your coins with this criteria. Bitcoin is at 93 or 94k, and I have a feeling that once it breaks past 100k, the time to get positioned in the correct altcoins will be gone. If you don't know how to do it, you can join Premium and go to the portfolio tuning channel and post your full portfolio there. We have a team on hand that will review your portfolio and point out any potential errors. You'll also get access to the new pick I have and any future picks I add to my portfolio. My two most recent conviction plays of Bonk and Degen completely destroyed the market, and I intend to repeat that again. I'll leave the link to Premium in the pinned comments. If you want to pay by crypto, you can go to the crypto payment channel in the Discord and click on this button over here to make a ticket. Thanks for watching.